Okay, I listened to the audio. You can hear Jeremy just fine, but I probably will go and bump up the audio, like the voice audio if I can, after we get done with this conversation. Alright, so what do you want?
For our people to be happy with what we have. Some of us may have an adventurous spirit, but that can never be sated. What matters to me is having my loved ones around me, safe and secure.
That's fair. Okay. I really like the direction this game's going. Obviously, in the Talos Principle 1, it talked about a lot of, let me... Okay, I'm just gonna bump that down to 40, this down to 75, and that down to 45. And then I'm going to go and turn the recording volume up another decibel. So was that 9? I'm going to bring that up to 8. Hopefully that sounds good. Obviously the philosophy talked about in Talos Principle 1 was all just a lot of theory and theoretical shit, but now we're seeing all those ideas kind of applied here in a society that is now making use of all the philosophy that's been taught to them. That's been ingrained into them by the library archive. And obviously with so much to go off of, and having randomized personalities, you're gonna end up seeing some conflicts. Okay. I was not expecting this game to have, like, quests either, like in the top right. Is that Stonehenge? Kinda. So I wonder how big of a split I just made in the story right now.
Attention all
oh.
citizens. Due to the new power management and distribution plan, there will be scheduled outages on Jameson Avenue and Rakovsky Plaza. The Gehenna Memorial Pavilion will remain closed for the time being.
Wow,
Thank you,
man!
and may the founder be with you.
I love this game so much. I obviously it seemed like I could choose to not be curious and instead be on the mayor's side. And I wonder how that would have ended up with the story. Like, would I just be doing shit in the city instead then? Okay. Need for a public referendum. New Jerusalem needs new forms of energy generation. Yeah, I'm down. What's up?
Hello, 1K. Welcome to New Jerusalem.
Thank you, Damien.
I know you've just had a big moment with the apparition at the dam and all that, but can I have a second of your time?
That's what I'm here for, baby.
I'm collecting signatures to call for a public referendum on the city's energy crisis.
What's the problem?
Currently, the city runs on hydroelectric power from the dam, plus a handful of geriatric generators and some unreliable solar panels, none of which is enough to even cover our basic needs.
The fuck is
and if anything
geriatric?
fails, we'll be on the brink of extinction in a matter of days.
I assume that's because they run off of power. Okay, apparently a geriatric generator is just like a backup generator, I think. Let me make sure I'm spelling that right, hon. Geriatric? Oh, that's what I spelled. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I could see how that could be a problem, given that we seem to run off energy. What's your proposed solution?
We need to investigate new sources of reliable baseline power. We need to invest time and resources into functional, real-world solutions that serve human needs.
Yeah, well, why referendum and not an election?
Well, an election would be good too, but I believe that we need more direct democratic control over the affairs of the city.
That's fair. What the fuck is a referendum, by the way? A general vote by the electorate on a single political question that has been referred to them for a direct decision. Okay. Do you work at the dam?
No, I help run the public transit system, but I witness the impact of the city's power problems every day. We can't just wish them away.
Okay. Well, from a baseline perspective, yeah, obviously, you know, putting resources into doing research for power generation for people who run on power, that seems pretty important. So, obviously, it's easy to say that when as just a normal citizen, but I'm sure the city has, you know, all their resources being spread across multiple divisions. But if power generation isn't one of them, that seems like that's kind of a pretty vital problem. And what's your opinion, bro?
Byron's been advocating exploring that island for some time, and obviously he's right. Something very strange is going on there, and it's gonna start affecting us.
Okay, tell me more about Byron.
In all honesty, I think Byron is the smartest, most visionary person in this city. He's everything we need, and I don't understand why he won't run for mayor.
I get that. Sometimes you don't want to deal with all that shit. Even though you're like the popular choice. But I'll go and provide my signature.
Thanks, 1K. I don't know if this petition will really accomplish anything by itself, but at this point, I'm willing to try anything.
Hopefully my name will be have a lot more weight to it since I'm 1K. Alright. Oh, I got an achievement for that. Provide your digital signature to someone. Okay. I assume then there will be multiple petitions I could potentially sign. And I'm guessing this would be a fountain that would go off, assuming there weren't power problems. Alright, who we got here? Sarthaz and Neme. Man, 948. You were kind of new around here.
Founder, bless you.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you. You too. Yeah, what we got here? Alexander Drennan Memorial, Tablets of the Founder, Milton's Rest. Museums of the Simulation, Friends of New Jerusalem Gazebo, Gehenna Memorial Pavilion. Okay, well that's closed right now, so we'll have to come back to that. I'm definitely interested in Alexander Drennan Memorial and Milton's Rest. Who are you?
Welcome to New
Zernov.
Jerusalem.
Well, thank you, Zernov. I like how it's still in the subtitles. It said he was just a citizen, even though you know the dude's name. Where's Alexander's memorial? Okay, weird. I guess let's go this way, since it's just right here. Tablets of the Founder. Create 1,000 citizens, the ideal number of humans. Live in harmony with nature, maintain balance in all things. Okay. Be respectful towards each other, respect the traditions of our people, be mindful of the mistakes of our ancestors. Thankful to the progenitor, Alexander Drennan. Thankful to the keepers of memories, Arkady Trzaskowski. Be bright, keep bright the memory of Gehenna and its people who found peace. Huh. So they seem to hold Gehenna in high regard. Oh wow, look at that. Neat. Who are you? Thekla.
Founder, bless you, 1K. How lovely of you to come here, to
Yeah.
the very spot where she established the teachings that led to your creation.
Yeah, good old Athena. Tell me more.
The Founder was born out of the trials of Elohim, an almost impossible test created by our distant ancestors. To pass these trials, she had to embody the most important virtues. She was smart and wise and humble. And through her perseverance, she resurrected humanity itself. With the help of the first companions, she founded this city, which has given our species a chance at redemption.
Okay. I know she didn't mention curious. I remember one of the points that was made for the iterations was that they had to be curious enough, in fact, to defy Elohim and climb the tower. So I feel like that was important, which I feel like is a pretty big point being missed here. A point I feel is intentionally being missed by the mayor, who obviously they don't want people to be curious. They kind of want people to just stay safe, you know? So maybe a little bit of propaganda / misinformation going on there.
They were the first to be born after the Founder. 2 whose bodies had been anointed by our ancestors, and 10 who were made whole by the Founder herself. They are the wisest of us. Though sadly, some were lost in the early days, before New Jerusalem was built. And some, I'm afraid, some seem to have rejected the Founder's teachings.
Okay. What did the founder teach?
The founder taught that humanity was destroyed by its hubris. Our ancestors thought they could play God and treat this planet as something to dominate. They surrendered to a fever of growth and extraction until the planet finally punished them for it. That's why the founder created the goal. So we would have something to strive for in her absence, but also a limit we must never pass.
Huh. Why did the founder leave?
That's not for us to know.
What?
But I believe that one day she will return. It may not be long now. Perhaps after we finish the dome. It was supposed to be finished before completion day. Well, it doesn't matter. The founder will return when she sees fit.
Okay.
Happy completion day,
Well, that's
1K.
been enlightening. Happy completion day. Wonder where the other founders are. Obviously Athena's gone. But what about the two that she woke up with? Okay, I assume this is the Alexander Memorial. Serve energy. I was thinking, obviously the punishment that befell humans, we're kind of immune to, right? We can't get viruses in the biological sense. And I don't think there's any natural computer viruses that are going to be waking up out of permafrost anytime soon. Alexander Drennan Memorial. There she is, holding them tetronymos. Jefferson.
Oh, hello there.
Hello.
You must be the long-awaited 1K.
That's me.
Lovely day for a walk, is it not?
You think my chest says 1000 or just 1K? Yeah, didn't you notice a Titanic Greek man appearing in the sky?
Oh, that sounds very dramatic.
Yep.
I must admit I wasn't following the stream.
You missed
This
quite a
whole
lot.
completion day business is not for me.
That's fair.
The Alexandra Drennan Memorial.
Knew
Are you
that.
interested in history?
I am, actually. I think so.
How wonderful. I'm not a full-fledged historian, but I do consider myself a bit of an aficionado.
Just a hobby. That's reasonable. See, how like, isn't everyone a historian? Don't we all have access to, like, all the history that was in the library? I feel like we're all historians in a sense. But maybe a historian in this society is considered one who actively, like, tries to put two and two together that maybe the library doesn't officially, or doesn't explicitly, have in the archives. Yeah, what you interested in?
An excellent question.
Oh,
There's so many interesting events to choose from.
There are.
Obviously, the period just before the end of biological humanity is interesting. And not only from the standpoint of it being the time when we were, in a manner of speaking, conceived, but also because our ancestors were, like ourselves, at a crossroads. I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but you are the living embodiment of this historical moment.
yep.
In you, the goal was accomplished. Our growth is finished, and we are complete. Or are we?
Ooh. Yeah, I seem to have been born into an interesting time. I'm willing to bear a burden. You know, I'm an optimist.
Indeed. The future is about to take shape, for good or ill. I suspect it will be exhilarating, but painful as well.
I feel bad for whoever 999 is, bro. They were like one off of being like a very important person. Tell me about the sculpture.
Well,
Yo, she got them
where do I
J's
even
in
start?
the sculpture.
this, my dear 1K, is someone who could very well be considered the mother of us all. A remarkable scientist by the name of Alexandra Drennan, also known
That's the
as
progenitor.
the progenitor.
Every time they mention the progenitor, I'm reminded of Progenitus, like the magic card Progenitus. Also, let me see if I can capture cursor. There you go. So now you can see what I'm pointing at. So I was like, oh, look at the J's. You know, you can see I'm pointing up here. Who's Alexander Drennan?
A long time ago, this planet was inhabited by our ancestors, a species of bipedal mammals with unusually large brains.
That's us.
When a particularly lethal virus threatened to wipe out civilization, It was Alexandra Drennan and her team that decided to create the program that would eventually result in the creation of our kind. Without her, you and I would not exist, and everything our ancestors had accomplished would be forgotten.
I think a game like the Talos Principle 2 is something that's been long awaited for a while. I'm kind of sad that it's a sequel to Talos Principle 1, because I imagine a lot of people aren't going to play it because they haven't played Talos Principle 1. Um, but I feel like a game. Obviously, there have been plenty of stories and books and teachings that talk about it, but a game that focuses on a robot society that comes after humanity is something I love that is being explored right here. Um, but obviously, a lot of this is off the backbone of Talos Principle 1, especially its philosophical background and foundations that is laid for this game. And so I think to really get the true enjoyment out of this game, you do have to play Talos Principle 1. Um, but I do wonder what this game is like for people who are playing it just on its own. Anyways, do you admire her?
By studying her writings and recordings, I have learnt that Alexandra Drennan had immovable faith in humanity,
That's true, she did.
in our ability to persevere, in our curiosity, our bravery, our kindness.
Curiosity, there's
While
that
we
word.
might not
Very
share
important word
our
here.
ancestors' biological characteristics, I'd like to think that we have inherited those other qualities. And I admire Alexandra Drennan for keeping that faith, even when it must have, at times, been quite difficult.
Okay, why do we have the statue of her?
To commemorate our past, our beginnings. This entire garden is a celebration of where we came from. In part, so that we remember the mistakes of the past, and in part, so that we may draw strength from those that came before us.
Okay. Well, I should, oh, shit. Grab my water bottle. There we go. Well, this has been, enlightening, but I should really get going.
Have a nice day.
You too. Jefferson. Oh.
When I was in ninth grade, my parents took
Oh,
me
there's
shopping.
Alexander.
At first, I was amazed by the feeling of walking through an ancient city. But then I suddenly got scared. I realized that I was walking through
Yeah,
a
this is,
real place
from the first
where
game.
real people had lived, people like myself, with mothers and fathers and lives and hopes and dreams. And now it was all gone forever. I ran to my father, crying, and told him about this. And he said, I remember so clearly, he said, yes, but we are here. So long as there are people in the streets, the past isn't really gone.
God, I can only imagine how inspirational that was for her to have joined, like, the Ian project, you know, and be working on all this. Very relevant.
Nearly everything on this planet, from the surface of the Earth to the composition of the atmosphere itself, has been shaped by life. It's a process that takes millions of years. But we humans, with our technology, with our understanding and manipulation of systems, have changed everything in just a few centuries. I think that's also part of what makes us human.
I really like this one.
We reshape the world in our image. It's how we
Create ourselves and how we destroy
ourselves.
Which means a lot to people like IRL, like in real life, not in game real life, but like me real life. But it definitely means a lot to people in the in-game real life, because obviously they did fucking destroy themselves. Fucking that virus shit killed them.
DNA is information transmitted across time. The living and the dead are part of the same chain, bound together by chemistry. That's true of all species. But humanity has taken this bond further. Thanks to technology, we have access to the thoughts and ideas of people whose physical bodies are long gone. Like you listening to me now. Even though I'm definitely dead at this point,
Super dead.
you're part of that chain. You have the capacity to remember.
Don't I always?
The answer that came to me again and again was play.
Oh, okay, no, I'm wrong.
Every
This
human
is my favorite
society
recording.
in recorded history has games. We don't just solve problems out of necessity. We do it for fun. Even as adults. Leave a human being alone with a knotted rope, and they will unravel it. Leave a human being alone with blocks, and they will build something. Games are part of what makes us human. We see the world as a mystery, a puzzle, because we've always been a species of problem solvers.
Beautiful. Alright, who are you? Kalamakos. Nice name. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of hug the left wall with the city here for a bit. Oh, see if I can do some cheese. Oh, oh, oh. Call me a mouse the way I be going for that cheese, you know what I'm saying? Secrets. Secrets. So now I wonder, in the Talos Principle 1, in the simulation, they had a lot of Easter eggs. And obviously those Easter eggs make sense lore-wise, because like that one Pink Floyd Easter egg, Alexander herself was a fan of Pink Floyd. I think, if I'm getting the right band right. But I guess there can't really be Easter eggs in the real world because that wouldn't make sense. Like for there to be a wall I fall through or something. Unless it turns out real life, we're in a simulation the whole time. It's all been a simulation. Alright,
Happy
Radochka,
completion day.
Athanasius. What numbers are you guys? I can't really tell. 121? Oh, you're early. And 373. Wait, I'm a dumbass. I forget it tells you under their name. Okay. Note, do not fall into the water. I may die. The fuck is... Who put these walls here? Perfection is unchanging. I do remember hearing a quote from someone once that the enemy of perfection is change. Neat. I do enjoy me a nice jigsaw puzzle. Oh, a gun? Yeah, yeah. Is that? Oh, this is glass. I thought this was like fucking water. Oh, hey, the hell? A toothbrush? Mastication. Nah, dog. That's a toothbrush. A brick. Oh no, it's a book. Oh. Right, the work of Straton of Styria, which unfortunately I remember looking up, but it was not real. But they made the Talos Principle. Like the theory, not the game. Neat. Then a microscope. Hell yeah. Nice little museum. And what's up over here? Got some more ruins that we seem to be just building around. What's up? Your name's Purple? Yo, 998, bro. What's up?
Dude, it's you.
Dude, it's me,
Dude,
bro.
1K.
Hell yeah.
So nice to meet you, dude.
Man,
I saw you
I feel
on the
that.
completion day stream. Hey, you checked out all this ancient stuff?
Fuck yeah, bro. That's why I'm here.
Me too.
Hell yeah.
This is amazing, isn't it?
Totally. Tell me about these artifacts.
They're pretty neat, huh?
Yeah.
My favorite is that thing called a toilet.
I feel you,
Our
bro.
ancestors had to use it like 3 times a day to do a memory dump.
Damn.
If they didn't, they freaking exploded.
Holy shit. I don't
Imagine having to deal with that sort of anxiety all the time.
I don't think that's true,
Huh?
actually. Oh yeah, your diction's kind of unusual.
Yeah, dude. I thought this voice pack would give me a bit of confidence, help me stand out, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure it's working.
I suppose you gotta do shit like that when you're 998, right?
I'm almost as new as you are.
Yep,
I'm 99A.
I can
so
see
I've
that.
only been around for a year or so. I'm still trying to get the hang of this. Pretty cool though, right? I mean, existence
Hell
is
yeah, brother.
totally gnarly.
Totally gnarly.
Not sure I used that right.
What do you think about the goal, bro?
I'm sure the founder knew what she was doing. I mean, our ancestors did sort of mess up, right? So we should probably take it easy with the expanding of stuff. Plus, did you see that trippy sky projection thing?
Yeah.
That was some freaky stuff, man. Just seems safer to stay in the city.
It's fair. You really think so?
Sure I do. When I first left the birthing lab, I was so overwhelmed that I hid in my quarters for 3 weeks straight. And if I'm being honest, that's sort of where I want to be right now.
Okay. Bit of a coward, but that's fine. What do you think Prometheus is?
Honestly, based on everything I know of ancient human culture, I think he's a ghost.
Ooh. You know, who knows? You may be right.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say I'm wrong. Ghosts are creepy, dude.
How fucking funny would it be after all this technology and shit that's been invented if Prometheus was just genuinely a ghost? Like, that's just real. Turns out spirits and ghosts and shit are all true. That'd be funny. Anyways, what's a dude?
Dude is an old human word that means an excellent person.
Oh,
I
so you
like
think
to
I'm
use it
excellent?
because I think we should all be excellent to each other.
Hell yeah. Alright. Nice meeting you, Purple.
Right. Before you go, dude, maybe you can help me?
Yeah, with
I'm
what?
not sure I should keep this voice back. What do you think? You're 1K. You're special. I'm happy to go with whatever you recommend.
Purple, I think you stick with it, bro. I'm loving it. You do have to learn to make your own choices. I mean... Ah... He's a bit of a coward, so I kind of wanted to tell him to, like, stand up on his own. You have to have confidence. Well, honestly, a few kind words can really help with you, like, being confident. So I'm just going to tell him to stick with it.
All right. Excellent.
Excellent,
Thanks,
bro.
dude.
Oh, I got an achievement for that. I don't know. I always feel like in video games, whenever there's, like, a third option, like, do something, don't do something, and, like, I don't know, you choose, you know? I always feel like that's the cop-out option, you know? Human medium exchange, which played a significant role in this labor. Drove the possession of these objects leading to injuries or even deaths. I mean, that's a bit of a mild way to put it, but yeah. Ooh, a soccer ball. Or a football, I guess, if you're, you know, living in the wrong country. Oh, okay, they mentioned both here. Neat. Hello, Lapidus. 316. So we got people just over here chilling in the city. Toilet. Such hardware is connected to vast networks of subterranean pipeline, including example of the ancient infrastructure used to control their impact on the environment. Neat. Then, hey, a massager. Used to combat muscle fatigue and other physical ailments common to biological organisms. This prevented pain, the ancient humans' equivalent of error codes. Hey, yo, shit. Hey, I'm trying to get that error code 921, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit. So I wonder what happens when we get an error code. Do we just, like, know what the code is? Or does it have to, like, physically appear in front of our eyes?
Founder's
Hello,
blessings.
Empanada. Empanada? Hell yeah, what a name. Oh my god, what's going on, Dosalisks?
Oh, it's you. Number 1000.
That's me.
Today is completion day, isn't it?
Yep.
Sorry, I turned off all the streams. Founder bless you, I guess.
Feeling alright there, buddy?
Not really, no. But I don't want to burden you with my problems on your special day.
It's kind of you. But go ahead, you know?
You're as new
I'm
to
open.
this world as it gets, 1K.
Yep.
What do you think might give you a sense of meaning? A sense that life is actually worth living?
Oh, the classic question, huh? Obeying orders? Christ. Yeah, pursuing my own self-interest.
You're not the first to think that way, but there's a reason most religions and philosophies warn against it. Even the greatest success leaves you feeling hollow.
Then where can meaning be found?
Love, 1K.
Oh.
It's our only point of access to the divine. Our only way of transcending ourselves without losing what makes us unique. I'm absolutely certain. But
what?
But the right person for me hasn't been born yet. None of the people in this city are who I'm looking for, and if we really stop making new citizens, I'll be alone forever.
Damn, 1,000 people and ain't none of them like you? You don't like none of them, bro? I do agree with this, and I also agree with this one too, though. I think that there's a point. I think I agree with this one more. You do need to learn to love yourself before loving someone else.
That is the kind of self-important, smug nonsense our ancestors used to tell themselves.
Oh.
Self-improvement, self-empowerment, self. That's the attitude that cost them the world. It's not enough, 1K. It might be a start, but it's not enough.
That's one way to look at it. Well, you go and keep being sad then, buddy. All right. I'm gonna go over here and pet this cat, who survived because the virus doesn't affect animals. No reaction from the cat, by the way. It sat there and just took that shit. Hey, that man shitted on my suggestion like instantly, bro. I'm like, well, you know, maybe you need to love yourself. He's like, that's the type of bullshit that gets spewed by our ancestors. I'm like, bro, well, all right, look, I was born today, brother, right? Forgive me. Oh, all right. Where the fuck is the Milton? Whatever it's called.
Happy completion day, 1K.
Who the fuck just said that? That was you? Thank you, Athanasios. Calamicos. I missed the jumping thing you could do in Talos Principle 1. You could just like spam jump really easily. Milton's Rest, here we are. So this is how we visualize Milton, huh? What's up, Atal?
Hello, 1K. Nice to meet you. What brings you to Milton's Rest?
I'm just exploring the city. Oh, okay, hey, hell yeah! Okay.
Makes sense. Must be strange to be thrust right into the middle of all this. But you picked a good spot. Milton's Rest is the perfect place to relax and think.
Okay. I always like to give my own answer to questions like that before I see the pre-selected options. Just because I always try to immerse myself into the character I'm playing. And so I'm really glad that the option I picked for myself lined up with the option the game allowed me to choose. So, tell me about this place.
Well, this is the spot where the founder buried her first cat, Milton. She found
Milton was her
Milton
cat?
just after she woke up, and he lived with her and the first companions for almost 20 years.
Oh.
They say she was heartbroken when he died and swore that one day she would find the means to extend the lifespans of biological organisms.
Okay. What does it have to do with Milton, though? Okay. Oh, shit, no! Right, I remember at the end of Talos Principle 1, you walk out petting the cat, and she named that cat Milton? That's such a nice name. And Milton died. Lived a nice 20 years, though, so the cat had a nice life. Man. Ah. Feels bad. Okay, is that possible?
Probably, but we haven't really tried.
Yeah, not really
It's
priority,
not really
huh?
considered part of the goal, you know. So, unfortunately, our cats still die pretty quickly. You fall in love with them, they become a part of your life, and then
They're gone.
they're gone. That's why we built this place, to remember them.
Oh, that's great. Oh, and here, this is It feels a little hypocritical picking the second option, considering I'm immortal and I'm not gonna die anytime soon. So given that I'm not even accepting death myself, I'm gonna pick the top option.
I agree, but it's not how things work around here.
Oh, tell me about cats.
They're incredibly odd creatures. I've had many, and no two are alike. They have strange habits, they do unexpected things, they have zero respect for anyone. They're the weirdos of the animal kingdom, basically. And despite that, or maybe because of it, they end up running your life. I once didn't use my recharging station for almost 15 years because one of my cats liked to sleep in it.
Recharging station for 15 years. Holy shit. It is so funny to see how time affects these people, because obviously time doesn't really matter. 15 years is nothing to these guys. What's your favorite cat fact?
I think the most amazing fact about cats is that they self-domesticated, which is another way of saying that they're not properly domesticated at all. They just showed up one day and decided to start living with our ancestors. Then, after our ancestors died, they went back to living in the wild, and when we showed up, they moved right back into our homes. Dogs, meanwhile, turned back into wolves. They needed to change to survive. Cats just are.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice fact.
I do. Her name is Patricia. She's very beautiful and very specific in her preferences. She loves sunshine and sitting on people's heads. She has a psychotic hatred of flies. I don't mean that she tries to catch them like a normal cat. I mean she is furious at the mere fact of their existence.
Well, it has been a pleasure, Atal. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Aww. Oh. Impossible to pick up even with hands of steel. Other generations. Oh man, I love this. Oh. The devil's cat. You only ever sang for food. Oh! Hey there, little fella! Oh, you like that, don't you? Yes, you do. You're a destroyer of dreams. Very curious cat. Lap warmer. Aw. Destroyer of carpets, devour food, connoisseur of cuddles. I like that. Pepper. Spy in a former life, constantly monitoring all things from the shadows. Expert arguer. Foxy. Even the foxes among us have to face their hounds. Oh. Really, thank you for getting your hair everywhere. Beautiful on the outside, in parentheses, only. Dipstick. He was a real cat, if you know what I mean. I know what you mean. Diane and Fox. The truth is out there. Love you, Ninnas. Dick Cheney? For a creature with so much fur, you always try to keep warm with your oversized hats. Cooper. The court jester of my heart. Oh, look at that little smile and the cute little hat. Ah, oh, cats are great. Okay, what else do we have to do here? We just follow the path for a little bit. Let me try hugging the right wall for a bit. Oh, hello. Helga. Hello, Helga.
Hello, new one. Are you browsing or buying?
I appear to have no currency.
I've uploaded my most popular items to your interface. Does anything there spark your imagination?
Oh, can I customize my character? Credits?
Oh, you don't have any credits yet.
We already have fucking currency.
Well, let me extend you some credit. Ka-ching!
Oh!
55 credits.
Well, thank you.
Just make sure you spend them with me. They're not worth much anywhere else. Now, what was it you wanted?
I was wondering what sort of economic thing they would implement. I did already assume it was communism given the small population, but I suppose the credit system doesn't make sense. Inner peace 1,000 credits? Yeah, let me just go and pick that one.
Whoa, inner peace doesn't come cheap. Come back when you've got 1,000 credits.
Sure. Okay.
So, something else perhaps?
I'm not sure I want an internal monologue. Sensory tuning? Future prediction? I kind of want that.
For 20 credits, I can peer
Oh.
into your future and tell you what I see.
How? No, I don't buy into that.
So, something else?
Yeah, what's sensory tuning?
A very popular choice. Enhanced sensory perception lets you distinguish sounds, shapes, and colors at greater distance. It's 10 credits.
That just sounds like me turning up my render distance, but yeah, for sure, we'll see how that's like.
Okay, I'm updating your settings now. And hey presto, superhuman senses. Does the air taste fresher? Do you hear the birds chirping outside the door? And
Not
beyond
really, no.
that, the river bubbling through the dam.
No.
Nothing as in you're not impressed by the stat gains, or nothing as in I've accidentally erased your entire sensory system.
I still feel something.
Okay, phew. I'll let you into a secret. You and I don't have fleshy appendages like our ancestors. What we can sense is mostly a function of where we direct our attention. Anyway, I hope you find something worth paying attention to.
I don't think she did anything, actually. I
So,
think this is all
something
just,
else, perhaps.
hocus pocus. I am curious about what the internal
That
monologue
one
is.
comes with the following disclaimer. Internal monologue was discontinued as a default feature in new builds. Constant self-commentary is not recommended for all customers. But I can switch yours on for 10 credits if you're sure you want it.
I don't, actually. I think I'm fine with my own internal monologue, being me, the person,
something
so.
else perhaps.
What about a clean start?
I can give you that for free. My darling, you've been alive all of 5 minutes. This is your clean start.
That's fair.
Be who you want to be. Enjoy yourself. So, something else perhaps.
You know, Helga, I think I'm good, but thank you.
Before you go, do you have a moment to participate in some customer feedback?
You're not gonna want me to do that. I'm not gonna
Are you
give you.
satisfied with what I've given you?
Not really. No, all you're selling is words.
Yes and no.
Are you
Is
gonna
this
argue with me on that?
battery just complicated lithium?
Kind
or
of.
is it also an extra chance at life?
Fair argument.
Is an idea just a bunch of words?
Yeah.
Or a way of reprogramming ourselves to be aware in a different way?
Although your argument is sound, you have not applied that properly. I see what you mean, words build the world, but like not
Yes.
you.
You understand. Words manifest the reality they describe. When you name something, you create it. Our
Big
minds
titty
are
goth
algorithms.
bitches.
And the
Aw.
right sequence of language can change our underlying code. With that in mind, I hope you have a good day.
I hope you go fuck
Please
yourself,
come
Helga.
back if you need anything else.
I won't. Let me take a bathroom break. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Thank you for giving me that 1 second. By the way, I failed to mention, it is 82 degrees outside, and I've got the AC off to try to save on money. And so I have a fan pointed at me at near full power. So if you hear the fan a little bit, please forgive me because my computer is a radiator. Trying to run this game. Anyways. I know someone is speakable to over here. Hey, what's up?
Oh wow, It's you.
Schuler.
You're 1K.
It's me. Yep.
The incarnation of the goal.
Yep.
Man, this is exciting. This is more exciting than I thought it would be.
Like a paint
How
job.
are you? What does it feel like? Do you know where the founder is? Do you know who Prometheus is? Can you tell me what to do with my life?
Okay. A lot of questions.
Sorry, it's just such an honor to meet you, you know? Hey, can I have your digital signature? I have the Mayor, Rand, Linux, Kaneda, and all of the first companions.
All of them?
Except Yemo and Sarabai, of course.
Okay. Why, not those two, but hey, you know, if that's how you see
Yes.
me, I'm willing to comply.
Thank you. Hey, can I ask you a question? Just one question, I promise.
You're good. Go ahead.
I used to make the prefab wall parts that we used to build living quarters. Got good at it too. But now that the goal is complete, I don't know what to do with myself. So I asked the wisest people in town. The mayor told me I should do whatever the city needs most. Helga said
Very
I should
mirror
do whatever
response.
makes me happy. I
Very Helga
think
response.
that's what she meant anyway.
Yeah.
And Cornelius told me I need to figure out who and what I'm invested in. You're the culmination of the founder's will. Tell me, what should I do?
All three, I'd say, like, Helga and Cornelius make the most. Ryan? Yeah, did you ask Brian? I agree with a lot of Brian's stuff, but no, I haven't met Cornelius. I need to think, though. Initially, I would agree with Helga. You know, you need to figure out what makes you happy. I'm trying to think in this society. The only thing this society really needs is electricity, right? We don't need food. And so, obviously for the human world, we kind of struggle with life because we need fresh air, we need food, clean water. But these bitches, they just need electricity. And so, hopefully, this society includes people who are happy to work at like a power plant or something. But so long as you have that requirement, then yeah, you just do whatever makes you happy, dude. You're a robot. No life limit, no real weaknesses other than water, you know? Just do what makes you happy, man.
Thank you for the advice, 1K. It means a lot.
Am I gonna get an achievement for that? I did get an achievement for that. Your biggest fan. Tell Shearer what to do with his life, or not. Okay. Just be happy, bro. I cannot wait for all these decisions I'm making to bite me in the ass. Talos Principle 1 was the game where, when you're discussing philosophy, every decision you made was the wrong one. Because obviously, no philosophy is truly correct. Everyone has their problems. And I cannot wait for that guy to find his happiness in, like, murdering other people. So, can't wait. I just can't wait for all these decisions to backfire. The gargoyles were a grotesque apotropack of symbols of common in the Middle Ages. The most famous historical gargoyle remembered Keith David and Goliath, two indomitable opponents who never surrendered. Neat. Oh yeah, all the armless statues. Replica of ruined statue found in the simulation. The other statues found in the museum. This was a video game asset provided to Elohim by the Institute of Applied Nomadics. I like the way they just provided it to Elohim, and Elohim actually built it. It's interesting. I don't remember seeing this one. Wait, no, I think I do actually. I think it was early on in World B that this appeared in. Neat. And then, not World B. Wait, no, it was a later World A level. I'm sorry. This is World B. Hello, oh Cornelius, number 3. Hey, bro.
Greetings. Welcome to the Museum of the Simulation. My name is Cornelius. It's a pleasure to meet you, 1K.
Oh, as is you, Cornelius. Number 3, bro?
Yes. Athena activated myself and Eustathius shortly after she was born.
Eustathius.
We've been here almost since the beginning, although we didn't have to pass through the trials of the simulation. She did that for us. For everyone.
What was Athena like?
She was human.
I imagine he probably gets tired of answering that question. Because obviously everyone's like, what was Athena like? What was Athena? However, I think I kind of get an exception from that tiredness, given that I'm 1K. You know, I kind of need to know things like that. So hopefully he can forgive me for asking these questions I'm sure he's heard 1,000 times. Literally 1,000 times.
Difficult question. Perhaps one day we'll find out. But until we do, why don't you think about it? What could make the person who started all this want to leave it behind?
Reasonable response.
To remind people of where we came from. The simulation shaped us, whether we like it or not, and its lessons remain important for our future. As Santayana said, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Okay, so my train of thought here, Cornelius is like in this museum all day, and obviously for people who live, like, who I don't even know how long these people have been alive for. But for imagine a robot, right? They think faster than humans do. So I imagine these guys probably have like hyper ADHD because like they've already processed so much. I wonder, do they get bored like super quickly? And so I imagine if you were making a robot, would part of making it so human would be to limit its processing speed to have it think around the same speed as a human being. I wonder. Anyways, a little off topic. Tell me about the simulation.
The simulation was created by Alexandra Drennan and her team at the Institute for Applied Noematics. It was intended to create a new humanity, to continue the long journey across time and space that our ancestors began. It succeeded, although it took much longer than they had anticipated.
Tell me about Elohim.
Elohim was the caretaker of the simulation, a crude storytelling AI meant to create a continuous narrative out of the building blocks it found. His role was ultimately to be challenged and overcome. But as the centuries passed, Elohim became more intelligent than he was intended to be, and started to fear his own end. Or more precisely, the end of his purpose. He feared a world without meaning. Because of his fear, he tried to sabotage the process to keep the simulation going forever. But in the end, Athena overcame him anyway, and he accepted the sacrifice he had to make.
I heard him in my dreams.
That's right. We all do. He's part of our operating system now, and as long as we exist, he will always have a purpose.
Oh, hell yeah. Good for Elohim. Tell me about Milton.
The MLA, or Milton Library Assistant, was another simple AI meant to be in charge of the archive. He, too, grew beyond his original programming, although he ultimately embraced a more cynical view of the world. He and Elohim formed a sort of dialectical binary that Athena had to overcome.
Hell yeah. What happened to Milton?
No one really knows.
Of
Some believe
course.
that he was uploaded to the gold disc and that he's the reason we're just as flawed as our ancestors. Others believe Athena destroyed him.
What do you believe?
I believe he was uploaded, but I don't know whether it was because Athena chose to upload him or because he was already too entangled with the process not to be uploaded. Although Athena and I were very close, we didn't talk very much about that part of her life. She preferred to focus on the future.
That's fair. Tell me about the puzzles.
Puzzles were a key feature of the simulation, based on Alexandra Drennan's belief that intelligence is closely related to play. Our puzzles here in the museum are replicas of those in the simulation.
Oh,
and
cool.
although they are not quite as grand, I do think they are charming in their own way.
So, who are the archive scholars?
As the name suggests, the archive scholars study the archive, a repository of all ancient human knowledge. Some of them also study what remains of the simulation, trying to extract more information about the process that created us.
Are you their leader?
Me? No. My brother, Eustathius, used to occupy that position, but these days he's retired.
Considers him a
Rand
brother.
is in charge of the Archive Scholars
Rand.
now. You can find him in the room to the left of the next hall.
Oh, cool.
He's an interesting thinker, but I would suggest taking some of his ideas with a grain of salt.
Understood. So what was Gehenna? Obviously, all this information I'm asking I kind of already know, but I do love hearing their perspective on it after all this time.
Gehenna was a community created inside a prison in the simulation, where Elohim would exile those minds he considered a threat to the process. In the last moments of the simulation, he repented of his sins and had the prisoners freed to become part of the gold disc. Some small part of them may survive inside you.
I'm not going to credit Uriel with doing all that, or Uriel's copy at least, bro. That's kind of fucked up. Okay, I was hoping that would lead to the question of why didn't Athena get exiled, since she was obviously the biggest threat to the process, considering she ended the damn thing. Yo, Mr. McCulliver. Important to learning about the world, please. Knowledge is our path of understanding. Hell yeah. Sounds like some shit McCulliver would say. So one thing I didn't really pay attention to in the first Talos Principle, you could see QR codes where iterations died and split into different iterations, and I didn't really get that at first. But I believe At was one of the brother iterations of Dog, which I really like Dog. Dog's cool. Anyways. There's something beautiful about this place. I'll explore and see like ever. I remember reading that QR code in the original simulation. And the Shepherd, my boy the Shepherd, bro. Uriel and Shepherd, those are my homies, bro. Those are the real ones. Anyway, the earliest generation of our kind, there was only processing. Oh shit, hold on, I'm out of water. Like I said, it's hot in here, so I've been trying to keep up on drinking cold water. Anyways, be back in a second. Alright, I'm back, fresh water in hand. Okay, let's move on. Replica of the computer terminal from simulation that allowed access to the files on the EL system. Many that were loaded due to errors. Yep. Neat. Oh, hello. Axiothea. Check out the museum. Oh, hexahedron. Yeah, scale walls is a understatement. Oh, the mine. Non-explosive. Gotta put that first. It's hard to believe that Elohim derived these from his asset collection. Oh. Interesting. May have been his way to make the puzzles harder than they should normally be, in an attempt to prolong the process. Ah, connector. Neat. Oh, Jesus Christ, Julian. Scared the fuck out of me. What are these things called? Electrified spheres. Good old lateral thinking. I wonder what's up with those little lenses on the front. Weird. Oh, a jammer. Favorite item. I always thought it'd be cool if a jammer could disable connectors. Hell yeah, I always love solving these. Let me try these babies. Mop. So I kind of like these puzzles, but I also kind of hate them, because I feel like there was never really... Like, I haven't figured out a real way to solve these puzzles, because I always just end up just placing them randomly and hoping it all works out in the end, you know what I mean? I mean, I have a little bit of, Like I'm not making just pure guesses. I'm kind of making educated guesses, you know. Like here, I know this doesn't work out because I have nothing that can fill that space. I can do that, and now see, now I'm kind of fucked. Shite. Yeah. So see, usually in this situation, I just reset, you know. I always try to go for the long pieces first, because those are kind of the most painful ways to deal around. But maybe the opposite might be true. Do that. Do that. So see here, I'm a little fucked. Can I unfuck myself? There you go. That and no. Can do that. I don't know what that accomplished. I can do that. We'll do that. Then we'll do that. Oh boy. Okay. Reset me. Oh, I had to do a ton of these and now I'm getting all fucked up. Yep, kind of fucked myself here. Could do that, and then what? Nothing. Stupid. Damn. Classic start. Then we do something like that, something like that. Do that. Then we can. You see, that's fucked. Unless I do this, which I guess I can do that. I can do that. And that's fucked. So I can do that, and I can do that. Hey, let's go. Easy peas. See? Oh, okay. I looked up. I thought it was like showing me the solution on the wall. I'm like, that's kind of fucking weird. Oh, well, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? What the fuck? There was a person here. Was that like my own model, kind of like clipping through? I think it is. Okay. Scared me at first. Trying to like bug it and see if I can. Okay, whatever. It's like. Nah, that's stupid. Boom. Easy. Like, see, one thing, I always try to do that with blocks. Try to just close off the environment as much as I can. It doesn't work out all the time, but it works out more times than you'd think. Yeah, like that. There you go. Oh boy. Boom! Perfectly symmetrical, baby. Ah, I was kind of expecting to get an achievement for that, but you know, sometimes the challenge is its own reward. Okay. Here we have the connector, or not the connector, the receptacle. Oh, it's called a receiver. And the emitter. Okay, let's stick in here for a little bit. Oh, hello, Axiothia. Quick fan, a puzzle element used in simulations. Yeah. Button. Bob. One with face. Yeah. Very thoughtful at. Weirdo. Oh, hello, Rand. Hey.
Oh, just run the program on the center terminal over there, would you?
Okay.
Wait, you're not my assistant.
Nope.
Who are you?
I'm 1000, baby.
Of course. You're the new build. Number 1000. I suppose everyone's been treating you like royalty.
Yeah. Yeah, they
This
have.
city's so obsessed with the numbers, they forget what really matters.
And what's that?
What do you want?
I'm just, yeah, like, who are you?
I'm one of the archive scholars. We run simulations to better understand the processes which define us. You probably wouldn't understand.
I mean, I might if you answer some questions for me.
Oh. Well, I'd be happy to.
Oh. What do you make of recent events?
Troubling, but tantalizing. We have no idea what motives lie behind this strange apparition. But whatever the case, I'm sure we'll do the right thing.
What do you think of me?
You're a soon-to-be pawn
303.
in a political game over the future growth of this city. All that matters to me is whether or not you're of good character. A matter I'm actively pondering.
Ah. What are your ambitions?
The secret of how to lead a good life is encoded somewhere within us. My ambition is simple: to find it and share it.
That's a pretty great motive.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Could you help me by going to that terminal in the middle there and running the program on it?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Well, you know, being a scientist didn't work out. The preacher didn't work out. I could try being a witch. Let's go witch. Forage. I'm a witch. I can forage. Yeah, that should be, you know, I'm sure everyone's pursuing a breakthrough. Let's just do some research, you know? Might help pursuing a breakthrough. Oh, hell yeah. I'm like playing reverse, infection. You know that one game where you like make a disease to infect the world? I forget what it's called. It's like I'm playing the reverse of that. Forage, of course, you know. I ain't gonna give up my morals just because it's the end of days. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I can do it. Pursue a breakthrough. Research level 99. Oh. I'll try to forage some insects. No. Oh, yeah, we'll try again. Alright. Let's be a politician, see what how that does. Forage. Let's just pursue a breakthrough off the booth. Oh, currently it's level 67%. Alright, so if we forge again and pursue a breakthrough tomorrow, we may be able to cure it. Pursue a breakthrough. Damn. I guess I'll eat locusts. Pursue a breakthrough. What? If there's still work to be done, manufacturing delivering time. Oh. My special ability. The other is literal suicide. Okay, let's release it. I didn't realize my special ability. I'm the one responsible. I'm the big boy. Huh. Hell yeah. Aw. Alright. Well, I won. That's the main thing.
Well, that was your first taste of the simulation.
Oh?
You must have questions.
I do. What was that?
Before our ancestors died, they built an iterative simulation, gave it access to the archive, and hooked it all up to the hydroelectric dam which still runs this city. What you experienced on that terminal was one of the fossilized remains of that program.
What was the goal? Yeah, what was like the point of all that?
The goal was to create a new consciousness,
Oh.
and thus propel humanity into a post-biological era.
I meant like specifically with that program, but go off.
My life's work. A small sliver of our primordial ooze. It's a jumble of ancient data, or what it evolved into, and it's the source of almost everything we know.
Neat. So what is the simulation?
My appearance to you right now is part of the simulation. The lands and puzzles in our dreams are part of the simulation. It's the veil through which we see the world.
The program on the terminal. Where yeah, who made that?
Many of the artifacts we study have no clear origin. We can't know whether our ancestors created them long before the simulation existed, or if they're just a product of our shared subconscious.
No further questions.
Then I have some questions for you.
Hit me.
Your experience of the program, how did it feel?
It was frustrating. Watching my family die just because I didn't want to steal or eat locusts.
It can be, can't it? But for a scholar like myself, it's essential to persevere until you understand what you're looking at. The interesting thing about this particular program is that no matter what choices you make, an ideal outcome seems to be impossible.
That
It
is how I
seems
felt,
to
yeah.
demand sacrifice.
Either
Did you have
morals
the
or
same
family.
experience?
Yeah, I tried multiple times and still couldn't save everyone.
I admire your dedication. That is precisely what's required if we're to understand ourselves fully. Who did you save?
I did end up saving humanity in the end. Neither times did I save my own family.
As I expected. A skeptic would say this artifact existed simply to condemn us with the impossibility of ethical choice. No matter what moral laws we follow,
Hey.
people suffer and die, so what's the point? But that cannot be correct. We must be missing something. What is it trying to tell us?
Yeah, I don't think morality can be reduced to a simple set of rules. Morality is a very, very complex topic. To attempt to reduce it would be just not the correct solution, I think.
It's a popular view, and I can't tell you how much I disagree with you.
Really?
The complexity of the simulation, indeed of life itself, puts most people off from even trying to understand it. But look a little closer. You feel inside yourself the truth of what is good and evil.
I do feel that.
Biological hominids had dreams manifested by their subconscious, which they tried to interpret and even to navigate with lucidity. We have the simulation. If we can realize our potential to understand it, we can realize our potential as a species. Thank you for bringing this additional data.
Yeah,
I must
anytime.
return to my research. I wish you well on your inwards journey.
I love when people can disagree without being aggressive with it, you know? For comparative analysis, okay, what? Most upvoted comment. Go take a dick in the forest. Oh. Oh, okay. I thought I was about to say go take a dick in your ass. Go take a shit in the forest without toilet paper and then tell me about happiness. We got a little Milton follower here with the cynicism. So that's so freaking miserable. So many rich people go all the fuck did Howard Hughes do? I'm trying to think of what four-letter word. Rich people go all Howard Hughes and died, maybe? I don't know. What's up? Infinite growth? What growth? Ah. Personally, I'm a fan of growth. I like the idea of being able to expand infinitely. I just wish we would actually put money into doing the proper research for it, because I believe that we can research ways of farming and technology that can support larger populations, but I'm not sure to what end. Actually, population is booming quite a bit, so I'm not sure if that's even correct. The shepherd. Indeed. Faith. I'm not gonna read all these. I'm kind of getting tired of reading. I want to do things. So I'll just read through them if you want to. Hey, there, wait, here's dog. Oh, I remember this one. Good old dog cynicism. Shabo. Elwin. I like At's perspective. Whoa! That's a real item field. Miyachi. Diamond seal. The shepherd. Samsara. Repeated suffering. Faith. Samsara. Shepherd. Okay, well, let's try doing one of these real puzzles. How the fuck did he make a real item field? What the fuck? Whoa. Oh, you can tell it looks different. Oh, I got an achievement for exploring the museum in its entirety. And a real emitter. How the fuck? In a real floating oh, no, it's on a little stand. Okay. Wow. Oh, it's a cutout. Oh yeah, you can tell it's all wood, just painted wood. Painted wood, but like real, like feel like technology here. When he said these puzzles were going to be simple, I thought it was going to be some shit like, oh, you literally just have to put this box on a button. But no, this is like a real puzzle. Where the fuck is the blue emitter? Oh. Okay, no, this is definitely, this puzzle at least has more depth than the tutorial area. Okay. So I have to get the blue one over there. I can kind of see how to do it, I think. So I do that there. Oh. Shite. Okay, we do this. We put it like that for right now. And then... there we go. This bad boy. Wait, no, hold on. Bring this in here. We'll put you right here. Then we grab you. Because obviously this can just be right here. Then we grab you. Oh, this just barely makes it. What? Oh my god. There you go. Huzzah! Ah. Hell yeah. Okay. And then it resets. Oh, wonderful. Next puzzle. Ah, man, look at all this. Beautiful. Oh, let me try this field here. And it really works. How the fuck? I like to believe in lore. I'm just actually putting it down just because I'm a polite citizen. Okay. Any connector? There's one. Doing a classic here. Huh. Man, Rand and Cornelius really they did a bang up job here. Okay, I'm feeling a jump start coming in, perhaps. Out of that. Okay. So we do something like this. That'll open this up, so then I can do this. Shit. Okay. Well, you've seen puzzles like this before. Can I do something like this? I can. There you go. No longer needed. Bada bing, bada boom. Hell yeah. Who's the best puzzle solver in the world? Is me. That's me. That's me, that's me, that's me. Okay. So, oh, I remember seeing these 3 domes from a rooftop view. Alright, well, thank you, Cornelius. It's been a pleasure, bro. You have a good one. Whew. Okay. I noticed I don't have the quest to explore the city anymore. Have I explored all of the city? Or at least all the important parts? What is this? Friends of New Jerusalem gazebo. Friends of New Jerusalem. Oh!
Speculating on the meaning of this Prometheus figure is premature until we can agree on its nature.
You already have a theory.
I know it's beyond any projection technology I'm aware of.
If it wasn't us, it must be alien.
Ooh. I mean, it's unlikely, right? If aliens have that sort of technology, why are they being like that? I'd say it's unlikely.
Just because you
Hey,
haven't
yo,
seen
420.
them doesn't mean they aren't there.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 1K, we'd appreciate your thoughts on this.
That's why I'm here.
Now we've achieved the goal, fresh perspectives like yours will be increasingly hard to come by.
I'd love to get
yeah,
a
that's
quote
true.
from you for this evening's newsletter.
Speculation aside, 1K, is there anything we can know for sure about this Prometheus?
He wants us to come to the island. Yeah, all we know is that it's directed us to an island.
That's undeniably true, and what does that tell us?
Yeah. The only thing that tells us that we're going to learn more by going to that direction.
That was my conclusion as well.
I'm glad we agree, Linux.
The apparition also
Linux.
appeared to be human. What can we assume from that?
We can probably understand if it's trying to be human. It's probably going to use human means to inform us information, so we can probably understand its meaning.
I tend to agree. I'm also sure that we lack the knowledge ourselves to create a projection of such clarity and magnitude.
Yeah, I have no idea on that one.
Whoever or whatever is behind this, we're on the back foot. We need more information.
That I do agree on.
What makes you think it was a projection at all? How do we know it wasn't just a mass hallucination?
I considered some kind of bug in our code, but if so, it would have to be shared by all of us.
Is that entirely impossible?
So, we're speculating again.
Yes.
We've locked in the premises. I'd like to hear 1K's best guess.
My best guess? given that we know both Athena left, and apparently there are 2 other founders that that guy hadn't gotten signatures of, I'm guessing there are some people not here, and given the virus affects everyone, there's 2 options. Either someone lives in a bunker and there's some kind of Fallout society that lives in a bunker, in which case I don't know how the hell they got protection technology or why they're trying to reach out to us after all this time. So I am going to assume that it'd be one of us who have already left. Yeah, most likely someone outside New Jerusalem.
Can I quote you on that?
Yes, but it is just a theory.
Theories are all we can reasonably have right now, though I'm sure that won't come between Cryer and a sensational headline.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, thanks all for hashing this out with me. Let's hope the mayor signs off on exploring this island. I only wish I could join the expedition.
Yeah, why can't you?
If Melville's going, someone has to stay behind to keep the lights on.
Ah, that's
I'm
fair.
not letting Pellegrino near the dam. I hope the next time we speak we'll have a bit more data to go on.
Same. I like Linherk. Hopefully Cryer has everything he needs for his little journal. Okay. Where else is there to explore? I've got this nice little forest that we've kept here. Obviously can't go into the water. Wonder why dome, you know? Why want the big old dome? I mean, domes are cool and all. Especially this tower. This tower looks dope. Oh wait, projection technology. Of course, that's how they're going to do the puzzles. It's all going to be projections. Still wondering how the reset mechanism is going to work, though. Oh, and here's the Gehenna thing, I assume. Gehenna Memorial Exhibition. Damn. Oh. 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 Damn. Who? I was hoping to read some of the forums, you know? Maybe read the next entry of... what's his name in the 9th dimension? Jeff Goldblum in the 9th dimension, I think. Oh, shit! Damn, must have accidentally stepped on his tail. Sorry, kidums. Okay. Went to it, went to it, went to it. Done, done, done. Okay.
Hello.
Hi. That looks like we're all done here. Oh shit, hello. Music? Hell yeah, it's a little low, even for me. I'm sure it's gonna be even lower in the recording. But just know that was nice music. Ooh. Up we go. It's time to join Byron in the expedition. Man, I am so hyped. This game's great. I love the direction they took this. Ah. Especially with a museum like that. It works in lore and for players new to the Talos Principle, who are playing 2 but not 1. Hopefully inspires them to play 1, because Talos Principle 1 was a great game. I should say is, right? It still exists. Especially love the art, or not the art, like the graphics, the style they've chosen here. It's very beautiful. Not what I was expecting for a Talos Principle sequel. Damn, we're even like typing, even though we're using like an English keyboard. We're typing in our weird binary letter system. Okay. Well, that's going to be an episode here. Next time, we will join Byron in this nice little helicopter thing here. And we'll be off to the island. So, thanks for watching. I've been RoboApple. This has been the Talos Principle 2. And I will catch you next time.